Now then, I've been wondering what happened to that Reverend Flowers character. Remember him? He was the... some wag described him as the man who put the meth in Methodism. For anyone who's not sure, he was all over the papers recently, and then obviously was displaced by the well-meaning furore over the unexpected death of Nelson Mandela. Who saw that one coming, eh? Only 95. That's no age, is it? He was Flowers. He was the probable paedophile, certain sleazebag who Ed Balls never met while attending a dinner with him. He ended up being the boss of the Co-op bank, which is well Labour influenced at the very least, shall we say. Now his track record, some might say, didn't look too good. He was potted by his local council up north, up this way somewhere, for, among other things, downloading pornography on a council computer, and there were some discrepancies as regards his expenses. I suppose you could make the argument that in Labour terms, a wanker who can't do sums is ideally qualified to be running a bank. Another interesting thing that struck me about his little story, it appears he was paying £350 a gram for cocaine. No wonder the bank went skint, that's all I'm going to say. 350 quid a gram. And he was involved with rent boys. Now picture the rent boy in question. He's possibly a little depressed because, well, maybe his life hasn't panned out quite the way he envisaged it. And he's bought himself a gram of coke to make him feel better about himself. I understand that it does make people feel better about themselves. I can't speak personally, it's not anything I've ever indulged in, but it must make people feel better about themselves. You've only got to watch these kids in the pubs and clubs at weekends, and they scurry into the toilets like Mr. Bean, and they strut out of there like Sean Bean. So yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it improves one's self-esteem, should we put it like that. Now, here's a tip for the rent boy in question. Why don't you sell your gram of coke to the Reverend Flowers for 350 quid, and with the proceeds get yourself off to the seaside, Brighton or Blackpool, somewhere like that. Perhaps suck somebody's cock that's a bit nearer your own age. That might improve your self-esteem, help a little with your issues. And don't misunderstand me, I have no problem with people doing stuff like that, not at all. Ones that do it for money I find a little bit tacky, I must admit. And that's only the fellas, by the way. I don't have any problem with women who do that for money, obviously. Big fan of theirs. Anyway, the next gram that you're selling, perhaps you could chop it up with something toxic. And, two birds, one stone, son, that's all I'm saying to you. Give it a bit of thought. So, wherever Reverend Flowers is now, let's just hope they're keeping him away from children. That's all I'm going to say, I think. I'm going to go to the park, Marley. Marley? Can I go to the park? What do you think, son? Should we go to the park? You're not bothered about Reverend Flowers, are you? Not bothered. Long as you've got a ball to chase. Bollocks to the Reverend Flowers and his horrible, perverted, crooked, evil goings on. Let's go and chase a ball, mate. Yeah, let's do that, mate. You good lad.